Video
day.
on. How's everybody?
Yeah, video on. Hi, the team. Elena, I see Elena. Hi, Elena. Hey, Alex, how are you, Alex? Good. You're looking good today. Nice. I see a lot of people. Rory, we have a big attendance today.
Yeah,
Not maybe it's the new time.
yeah. I think certainly for South Africa, hopefully we'll get some commentary from the folk. But I know specifically for South Africa, the time, people were going from home and things like that. But I think where we want to go to, I want to be hosting at least maybe 2 sessions a week, and we can try and make sure that we accommodate everybody. That's for me on workshops and things like that as well. So I look forward to getting feedback from everybody. So we've been listening to everybody say, let's have a look
Yeah,
at the time. So let's see.
yeah. We can use this the chat bar if you're happy with this new time. Let us know. If you're not, let us know too. But any feedback on the timing would be very interesting for us. So if you want to react on the chat, tell us if this new timing is good for you. Okay? All right. Already Michelle, his time is good. Rory, let's start.
All right. So good evening, everybody in South Africa and around the world. My name's Rory Conacher. I've been involved with the Step Club for a good sort of 9 months now, and it's really a fantastic opportunity. And I really, Philippe, to you and the team, you can see the team over there. It's really a privilege to be involved with a project like this. And again, we will engage more and more. But I think people are realizing the value that the Atlas Group has brought to the community when it comes to the Step Club. But I'd like to also shout out to your team, Philippe. We got, as you said, Alex there, but Darren Gonzalo is on the call, Tony on IT. And I think what's really important for those persons that are on this call realize that we have a really amazing team, part of the Atlas Group, which has been in business for over 30 years. And I think that's very important for anything that you are getting involved in, is knowing who are you getting working with. And Philippe, I must commend you and your team. It's really been a privilege to work with you, and to the fact that you guys listen to what we have to say. And based on that, if you're new here or part of the team, essentially, what is the Step Club? The Step Club is a accountability app where it's got two parts to it. You've got on the right-hand side, you've got the Step Club platform, and that is specifically a website where you're able to, more like the business section of the business or of the opportunity. And then on the Step Chain side, which is on the left-hand side, that's more around the rewards and the tracking. And we've also included the gaming side of the opportunity as well, which I think people are enjoying the Tetris. And I've seen some very good scores, people doing, well over 200 in the Tetris game. So this is certainly working. And what I can test, from our side, and we got a little group that is doing 10,000 steps a day. And people are really enjoying the app and being motivated. And we know this works because it's a community that motivates and shares the opportunity. You'll see these big letters here under review, community feedback. So what we want to make sure is that we get the community feedback. That is why we have got focus groups, and we have people that are giving us direct feedback, because we want to make sure that this opportunity is well understood and well represented by the community. And we have taken on board suggestions, and we pretty soon going to be making some very key announcements around the commission structures and how that all works. So the Step Club is the platform that where you can go in, and if you have a look at this image on the top right hand side, you'll see you've got support, you've got my business, my account, my feed. Now, why is there a business opportunity, or why is this website even necessary? Well, the business itself, and maybe Philippe will lead on to this a little bit later, the main thing is, if you look at any business now where it's working in the mobile industry or in the internet industry, is using effectively social media to be able to drive participation. And what we mean by social media, effectively, if you pass on a referral or an affiliate, and it's you basically are going to get rewarded for marketing or sharing the opportunity. And that's really the business. The other side of this, which really makes it quite unique, is that you don't have to share this opportunity to benefit from this and benefit from the rewards as well. So we've really been enhancing and working with the system to make sure that we get the right mix right. And I think we've come up with some really good things. I put a little shout out here for myself. Just to show you a little bit about the app. We'll go into a little bit more detail, but it's really strives around working towards daily goals, and you don't, each person sets their own pace. And I managed to sneak in today. I did 14,000 steps, and I've played my one game over here, and it tells me that I've got 3 more daily goals to get my 1.5 multiplier, and I'll discuss the multipliers in a little bit more detail. If you have a look, you've got the feed, you've got activity, there's the insights, you've got leaderboards, you've got games, social, and marketplace is the cool place where you can effectively get your rewards and turn it into iPhones, turn it into all sorts of different things there. So if you've got the app, you can go and have a look what's there. Not only that, we've also introduced vouchers. We've also got the ICC coin, or the SEC coin, which is going to be part of an ICO. And this is really, I think, a very unique thing that's taking place for the community right now. If you knew or that you need assistance for whatever reason, you would go to the website and you would go and have a look at support. Now, the reason why I wanted to emphasize that, a lot of people are looking at the app itself to find support and looking for the support button on the app. The app is in the business section. You will only get support through the website itself. The app is a tracking system and a reward system and a marketplace where you can order your rewards. And like myself, I've got a set of headphones from walking. So what you would do is you would go onto the website, you'd click on the support button, and you would submit a ticket. If you only see 3 things at the top here, for example, support, and only 2 other icons at the top, that means your account is not active. So you would need to raise a support ticket and check why your account is not active. So if you have a look at the StepChain app, um, as I pointed out, you got Move to Win, Move to Earn, and really, I think a good app that is not too complicated. This app is not for your super athletes. You know, there's other apps out there. This is for everyday people that are wanting to move and start exercising and becoming accountable, not only to themselves, but their family and friends. And sharing a lot with people. I'm seeing people going for walks, family going for walks. We got, as I was saying earlier, we got this 10,000 challenge, and it's so nice to see how we're motivating each other to get a little bit fitter out there. So what we see this as is a membership club that fits into our daily lives. I don't know how everybody else feels about this, but back in the days when I try and go to gym, you've got to be so disciplined and wake up early or carve out 2 hours to try and get to the gym, shower. Here, this is just reminding us to get the steps in, get the activity in, and you can break it up over the day. And it's a great motivator. We have this is all about being healthier and taking action to become mobile. The other thing I wanted to emphasize, if you're new here, this is not a place where you lose money and you put money in. For example, you've seen things on the internet. This is a membership where you move to earn and get rewarded. You can't put large amounts of money here and expect it to sort of multiply. The multiplying effect comes from you sharing the opportunity and doing the exercise itself. And this isn't a place where you lose the money. This is a place where you can switch on and switch off, just like a gym membership, but now you're getting rewarded for doing the exercise. And you can stop at any time. There's no lock-in from that perspective. What's really nice is that you reward yourself and you reward others. And the whole focus is for us to become healthier. We've seen the obesity crisis, we've seen the diabetes crisis, and there's really a big focus for us to just be a lot more conscious of moving and making sure that we do the exercise or that we get mobile. Um, what's also really is, from a creating this community of like-minded, there's a lot of nice chats in the background. It's not only about just doing the fitness, it's about creating new friends as well. And we're seeing this. I know there's Sharon and so many new people now walking and greeting each other and joining the app, and families are getting together. It's so nice to see, parents and the children walking together and having those conversations, or partners taking that 20, 30 minutes out to go for a nice walk and basically debrief or chat about the day. Because right now, life is so busy. So this is so important that we carve out a focus for your health, because ultimately your health is your wealth. We are working so hard that we forget to look after ourselves, and we need to prioritize just down to the basics. And if you have a look, we've set the goal for 10,000 steps, but you must know that you don't have to achieve that goal to earn. You can earn from the very first step you get your points. So each step is gives you works towards a point. 13 steps equals 1 point. So you don't have to hit the goals, but you motivating yourself towards the goals, and you set your own pace on how you want to do it. So this is really to blend into your life and make it part of your life. And this is why this works for everybody. We've got people that are basically just getting back into walking again, and then we've got people that are super athletes that integrate this and into their daily workouts. They're doing the exercise anyway, and now they're getting rewarded. We have people that are training for Comrades marathons that make this part of their daily routine and love it. And you'll hear more and more about the community. We're getting more and more engaging. So as Hi, I'm Rory. Welcome to my channel. This space is all about giving back and growing together as a community. Every cent earned from this channel goes straight back to you through vouchers, gifts, prizes, or cash. So just by watching, liking, and subscribing, you're helping make that happen. So hit the thumbs up, tap subscribe, and ring the bell notification, and let's turn ad money into real rewards for the community. As I said, this was a previous concept of how we would have shared the commission structures, but through the feedback that we're getting, we are moving to I think we basically almost finalized on it, and we're going to make it a very simplified rewarding structure that benefits you more upfront. And for those that are not familiar what happens out in the industry, you've heard of a thing called MLM, which is multi-level marketing. You've heard of companies like Amway, Herbalife, etc. That's where participants sell product and recruit. Here, we're talking about more in this area, which is referral marketing or affiliate marketing. Now, referral marketing is basically where you both get rewarded. You both, as a person sharing the opportunity and the person that's joining. And this is a very common practice in marketing these days. In the old days, we had TV and billboards and all that type of marketing. Now, with the internet and social media, companies realize that they want to pay on results, and they budget a percentage of their budget for getting sales results or marketing results. And you can go across the board and see this. This is the same as Amazon, Diners Club, Dropbox, Uber, PayPal. All these companies are working with this new affiliate and referral marketing. And if you're familiar with these social influencers out there, you've seen them, the Kardashians and all these people that get paid ludicrous amounts of money just to mention a product. So the reach is important. And ultimately, you, by sharing this opportunity, the company wants to recognize you and say, thanks very much. We want to, you are helping us grow our business and our brand, and for that you must be rewarded. And that's how the business effectively grows. So what we've proposed is that 45% of the revenue, that is, or the membership fees, goes back to the community. And what we're proposing is that there will be only two levels. So in other words, if I introduce John and John pays a membership, I get 25% of John's membership fee. And that is for me introducing the business. Just like you would have somebody sharing an opportunity at, let's say, at a gym, or just if you were a social influencer. And on the second level, if John shared, let's say with Susie, I would then earn 3% on John's direct. And if John has two people, then I will earn 6% on each of that. If he's got Susie and Anne, I will earn 6% of Anne and Susie's membership, and I will be earning 25% of John's membership. But we're going to have a workshop tomorrow evening for those that want to understand this a little bit better. But the great news is that 40% of the membership earnings get paid out on the front two levels. And then what we're working on, which is quite exciting for those that understand the blockchain industry, we have the Step Chain coin, and it's built on the Binance blockchain. And we have the white paper, we have everything there. We are just engaged with yourselves as a community and myself as part of the community to make sure that we have ironed out all the questions and making sure that everybody has had their say before we do a more national, sort of international launch of this opportunity. So if you hear you're right in the mix of the beginnings, and the company has learned a lot from us, and we've learned a lot from the company as well. But effectively, just know that being part of this opportunity and sharing it, you get something back because you are the spokesperson of the business. And the reason why you get paid on your second level is that if John says to me, Rory, I need help because Anne's got a problem, I'm there to help Anne as well. I'm there to help Susie. There's an incentive for me to make sure that I'm available to help those folk as well. And that's really simplifying it. The rewards, how the company splits the total amount, referral commissions accounts for 45%, made up, as I said, with 25% for direct, 15% for the second level, and 5% for the bonus tokens. The company takes 30% to run the operations, and the rewards is 25% as part of the calculation. And we have built a model that can't be broken. Effectively, the way that the rewards works and how the system works, it all, even if everybody walked, there's a certain calculation that gets worked out, and we share it accordingly. So we're going to, again, I'm not going to go too much into it. We can delve in that tomorrow as one of the meetings. Now, one of the biggest underestimated areas of this opportunity, and a couple of people are starting to realize it, is the power of the multiplier. So if you're doing your steps, as I showed you earlier today, I've got 3 more goals to get my 1.5 multiplier. So what does that mean? Well, to incentivize people to reach the 10,000 steps, which has been clinically proven and recommended by health organizations, that 10,000 steps is the ideal target for people to walk to maintain and improve their fitness. And this app is not just about walking, it's also got mind games as well. There's a balance on how we want to bring this in. And why the mind game? Why is that important? Because we need to stop and pause and realign our brains. And this is important. If you have one of those days where you get to work and it's just nonstop until supper time, it's not healthy. You need time out. And the games that we've got at the moment is Sudoku, and we've introduced Tetris. People seem to be loving the Tetris as well. And there will be more games that we introduce coming forward. So by taking 3 minutes or 5 minutes, just like almost a meditation technique, if you want to call it, you take a little check out and spend a little bit of time for yourself, realign the mind, and then you can focus again and don't burn yourself out. And that's important. So what constitutes a goal? A goal is where you walk 10,000 steps and you play a game on the same day. Now, if you're doing your steps and you don't log into the app, then you don't get the credit for it. You'll see the points there, but a line will go through. We want people to make sure that they get disciplined, because if you don't log in every day, you're not disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you're not focused. So we want people to be conscious of the steps that they're taking and the mind games. And when you get to 8, if to activate the multiplier, there's 2 things that you need to achieve. One is you need to share this opportunity with one other person who's a paid member. Then you're going to get 50% more rewards when you do the 18 goals achieved. And to achieve the 18 goals, you basically got to walk the 10,000 steps and play 18 mind games and have one referred person. Then you're on the dolphin multiplier target. If you're on the eagle multiplier target, that means you get 2.5 times, 250% of your points. So let's assume that your points that you earn is 30,000 points in a month. Now you're going to get 45,000 points if you're on the dolphin multiplier. But if you're on the eagle multiplier, you get 74,000, or call it 75,000 points, which is 2.5 times what you would have normally earned. And why is that there? Well, two things need to be achieved. One is share the opportunity with 3 other people, and they need to be active members. And then the minimum goals you need to achieve is 23 days where you're doing the 10,000 steps, and 23 days when you do the mind games. And if you want to set yourself this goal, we have a thing where I've you know opened this opportunity to the community and say, look, if you want to really enjoy this, we have accountability partners. And what's going to be part of the accountability partners, you can see in the WhatsApp group. You can join there, provided you got 3 people and you want to share this opportunity. Then I will work with you, and as an accountability partner, you get various different benefits. Now, what would that be? Well, if there's people that want to join the business, they will get shared with the accountability partners. I will help you, and we about to do very special things for the accountability partners as well. So this is for me to help people that see this as a greater opportunity. But hey, you don't have to do that. You can also just use the app as well, and that's what really makes us quite nice. If you really want to get the maximum out of this opportunity, that would be the Lion multiplier. And what that means is you've referred 5 people, and you've reached 28 days where you have walked and played the mind games. Then you will get 5 times. So if I was earning 30,000 points for my steps and I'm a Lion multiplier, I will now get 150,000 points. And the value of that, please don't shoot the messenger, it's roughly about $140 to $150. Now the monthly cost on the high end is $29, but if you take a package over 3 months, it costs less, and over a year, it costs a lot less as well. And as a give back to the community, the company is doing a very nice promotion at the moment so that we can share and send out. So the company has basically stepped back and said, you know what, we will forego our 30% because we appreciate what the community has done, and we want to allow as many people as possible to achieve the Eagle multiplier. What that means is basically, if you've joined the business, there's a promotion going where you buy 2 and you get 1 free, and that allows you to have a spouse or a child or a friend or somebody walk with you, and you can do this together and both get fit at the same time. And I think that's a great incentive. So if you want to have an accountability partner or a friend, or you want to share this, you would go into My Business, you would click copy and share that link. If you were using the standard link, you would send that to them, and then they can buy with a debit card, a credit card. There are various different other options as well. And if you have a voucher, what we do is we allow people to purchase vouchers and share the vouchers. So part of what I've done is I wanted to pay it forward to a community, and I've been sharing vouchers to 500 people that are part of the focus group now as well, because we wanted feedback, and it's a thank you from my side to the community that has walked along path with my side as well. So can I invite my partner or friend? Absolutely. Everything is fully active. Everything works. And yes, there's 1 or 2 things we're refining all the time, but this is work in progress. This is how we are improving every day. And there's been so much improvements on the app from where we were 6 months ago. Remember, this is a long-term vision as well, where we want to be. So you can fully participate, fully get the rewards, and you can invite others so they can be part of the focus group as well, and also pay it forward. So we have people that are incentivizing other people, and we'll start sharing a lot more of that with the community going forward. Exciting news my side. One of the announcements I want to make is that we're going to be trialing a WhatsApp community, you see that if you join the WhatsApp community, there's lots of groups. We've got 46 different groups. You can join your country, you can join the 10,000 challenge, you can join languages. But one of the things that we're introducing, we're going to be piloting from next week, we might sneak it in a little bit later this week before the Easter weekend, is where you can have a live chat, and we want to make sure that you're getting the right information. So how this is going to work is basically you're going to ask your question in that AI, which we're training, and it's going to give you the information that you want. Now, that will be any question. It will be, hey, is there a presentation available? Is there, what is the multiplier? How does this work? And we're busy going to train the AI over the next month and a half to make sure that if you share this opportunity with anybody and they want specific questions or views on presentations or anything, the AI is going to help you share this opportunity with other people. So it's as simple as just invite them into the group, let them explore. And we have one other thing that we're working on that's going to be really, really nice to grow this opportunity. But we'll wait till that's confirmed at the end of the month. But right now, imagine this. You invite somebody to the group and you can now, even yourself, ask questions on the AI. How does the multiplier work? Is there a presentation available? Anything that's going to help understand the business better and share the opportunity. So it's going to be a beta phase, and like anything, we've got to train it. So the more questions that you ask, the better. So as part of the training, if you're on this call and you're part of the focus groups and part of this whole community, I have just added a group called Just Ask onto the Step Club WhatsApp groups. So if you can jump on with whatever questions that you have, please feel free to put them there. We've obviously been working with the support groups, and we've listed a whole lot of questions because we've got a good history now of what people are asking, but maybe there's something that we're not aware of. So if you've got questions in that group, just ask all your questions, and over the next week, we're going to make sure that we have all the set responses for that. So if you're an accountability partner or you've been using this app and there's certain things that you would like people to know when they join, that would be great. So put the questions there, and we're going to do our best to answer that as well. We're also looking at a 30-day onboarding program as well, so that if somebody joins, they can get over 30 days, a good insight to the program. So that means we're addressing all the questions in the WhatsApp live with the AI. And then on the other side, you've got a 30-day onboarding program on that tells you more about the whole opportunity, how to keep healthy, etc. So tomorrow, I'm going to host another meeting at the same time, Wednesday. That's just me. Whoever would like to join, I'll put it on the groups as well. And what we're going to cover is we're going to explain the Step Club and the Step Chain a lot more in depth and dealing with questions there as well. And that will be tomorrow, 7 p.m. So same time. And then I'll put a question there. Do we want a presentation on Thursday? And if so, what time on Thursday? Do we have it at the same time, 7 p.m. in South African time, depending where you are around the world, whatever your time was when you logged on to the call? Or do we want to have it earlier in the morning? So maybe it's a 10 a.m. Thursday for South African time, but it's a different time for another time zone. So please, for Thursday, suggest whatever time would suit most of the people, and we'll have. So this will allow us to have a head office meeting every Tuesday. We've moved it to the 7 p.m. time. We do a presentation on the Wednesday. What time do we want to do a presentation on the Thursday? Or maybe in future we swing the Wednesday earlier, but tomorrow I'm going to host a meeting. Also, what we'd like to do is, I spoke with Gonzalo as well, some people are just wanting to get a little bit more feeling about the technical issues or onboarding. So we're going to be there to troubleshoot and just give general technical understanding and a deeper understanding on things like that. And then just open it up for general questions and answers. So from that perspective, tomorrow, 7 p.m., let's see who jumps on the call and who we can help. A reminder, the buy two, get one free. This is really something very special I think the company's done. As I said, they're not making any money out of this. They're doing this to give back to the community as I say a thank you. And there is a specific way that we've communicated this in the groups. You have to fill in a form because we have to take a whole new process to make sure we give you those benefits as well. It's very simple. You click on the form, and you fill in your basic details, and then you get contacted on how you'd like to pay. You actually answer it in the questionnaire, and we address that as quickly as possible. So if for April only, if you buy two and get one free, so in other words, you're getting a bonus one, what normally costs $29 is actually going to cost $19, or call it $20. What normally costs $80 is going to cost $53. And whatever costs $300 is going to cost you $200. So that's a massive savings. And I want to remind you that if you're sharing this with other people, other opportunity, at this stage, before the new commission structure kicks in, you earn the upfront of 33% back. So if you've now introduced somebody, you're going to still get the commissions. There's no change on the commissions. So it's really a fantastic offer for those that understand how this works. So from that side, I think that's all I would like to say today, Philippe. I'm really excited for the AI that's going to help a lot of people. And again, it's going to be in multiple languages as well. So if you're speaking French, Italian, Spanish, it's going to switch over and start engaging with you in your own home language. And I think that's going to make it very special as we grow from a community perspective. So some exciting times ahead. And thank you for that.
Absolutely, absolutely, and we see a lot of traction regarding this offer. I think it's a nice opportunity to jump in, and we are happy to do so with you, Rory. I see some interesting question on the chat. What's the difference? What's the difference between standard referral and voucher recruitment, Rory?
Okay, so on the standard referral link, you would share this when people are paying with a debit card, credit card, or want to pay with crypto. A voucher link is where you've purchased vouchers from the business in the back office. You can buy vouchers and you will be able to share those vouchers out. So there's a specific section where you then can hand these vouchers out as gifts. So think of this. What about, I think of my children. In fact, my son turns 29 today, Philippe, so he's getting quite old, and
Wow,
I'm quite happy with that.
congratulations.
But I think of these teenagers that want new iPhones or headsets and that. Instead of just, why not motivate the teenagers and say, look, you want a new iPhone? I'm gonna I'm gonna get you this voucher, and I want you to walk. I want you to exercise. I want you to take control and focus. And that's where the voucher comes in. You can give it as a gift. You can share it to a friend, maybe somebody that's been talking about getting healthy. When summer comes around, everybody says, I must walk, I must get fit and whatever. So you as a friend can pay it forward and say, you know what? I'm doing this walking thing. I want you to do it with me. So I've got your voucher. Let's get walking together. And it's not an expensive thing when you look at the health benefits that you're getting and also the rewards. So simply put, the standard link is for any other payment, and the voucher link is when you're using a voucher code that's been issued. Gonzalo's been doing a lot of work on the payment system, so we're looking forward to some very good advanced, easier methodologies of payment going forward.
Okay, I have a question, and this is for Gonzalo. Gonzalo, someone from Canada. Gonzalo is based for Montreal for you. So are you there, Gonzalo?
I'm here. Yep.
Yeah, we have a question for you because someone is asking a question from Canada. So, and it's exactly your turf.
Is
So
it the greatest country in the world? Is that the question?
Yeah, no, not exactly.
Okay.
Ahmed asked, how can I earn and withdraw the amount of my earnings in Canada?
On the commissions. Interesting.
Yes, Gonzalo.
It's well, we don't have a restriction on which country can and cannot uh, uh, get their commissions from. Right now, everything's done through a crypto. So if you have a crypto system, if you understand the crypto payment systems well, then you can just retrieve all your commissions through crypto. We usually pay out in USDT. And so it's as very simple as that.
And
It doesn't matter where you're from.
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
think.
And
Yeah,
even if you're
yeah.
not a crypto savvy, you have now wallets so easy to download your wallet on your phone. Uh, you have so many options to create your wallet. It's in 2 clicks you have a wallet on on your phone, and you can receive your commission directly on your phone. So it's even for people who don't understand crypto, it's very easy to use with this new wallets, very simple wallets that you can find on the App Store, Google, or the App Store or Google Play.
Maybe we'll introduce that into the AI as well. Maybe that's one of the questions we can introduce.
Absolutely, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
Any other question?
I see we have people from Norway, which is great to see, and they enjoy the time slot as well. I picked up some comments on that. From Chad, it's good. So it seems like this is a good time slot for a lot of people, Philippe, which is great.
Yeah, I think so. And I see some friends from the United States, and I think this timing is suitable for West Coast. You know, I see someone from LA, from San Francisco. So I think this is the right time. Yes, to have our friends from West Coast, and East Coast is even better.
Okay.
I have a question, Rory, on the power of multipliers. This is from Esther. Esther
Mhm.
asked, does it mean that if you don't have a referral, then you get nothing, like no reward at all? Or we have to correct this impression.
Yeah, no, you still get rewards. You get 30,000. You earn your daily rewards, what you normally would have earned. But to qualify for the multiplier, you need to have shared this opportunity with one other person and meet the goals of 18. But if you haven't shared it with anybody, you still get rewarded. And that's what really makes this great, is that you still get rewarded even if you don't share it with anybody. It's only if you want to multiply, you want to accentuate your rewards. So yes, you still get your rewards from the very first step that you take.
And we did not mention the monthly challenge that we have.
Oh, that's
Uh,
true. Yeah.
because we have a question. Someone said why we have 28 days. Can we reduce the day for Lion multiplier? Can you reduce from 28 to 25?
Well, I tell you
I,
what,
I understand that.
to be a lion, no, you got to be 28. I tell you what, we've got
Yeah,
this 10,000 group, Philippe, and it's quite interesting. Like even today, that's why I put my points on, because the guys even are going out late at night. Like, I mean, I walk sometimes 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. The thing it's about reaching those goals and setting the standard. And if you think about it, if a month has got 30 days or 31 days, you only need to achieve 28 days of that. So I think 28 days is perfect. I wouldn't reduce it. It's
and
a challenge.
also
Yeah.
and also we have more and more members qualifying for the challenge. The challenge means that you complete your daily goals every day of the month, and
Yeah.
we have more and more members who achieve this daily goal every day. I just want to refresh the our memory about the challenge. If you do your daily goals every day, which is 10,000 steps and one game, you qualify for the challenge, for leaderboard challenge. That means that every month we select the members who did this perfect score, and we have a lucky draw, and we pick up 5 of them, and we send 100 USDT, which is the equivalent of 100
Money.
US dollars, to these members who achieve the perfect goals. And so this month, for example, we send, I think some of you are part of this webinar, but you receive 100 USDT in your wallet because you did the perfect score. So I think everything has a logic. We have an algorithm that calculating every day the steps, and everything makes sense on this 18, 23, 28, and the perfect score. That's a
Yeah.
logic for all this algorithm.
Well,
So
look,
sorry, you have to walk 3 more days. 3 more
well, even
days.
I was looking at last month. I mean, I realized it was 31 days. I missed I did 30 days out of the 31, and I missed my goal by about 2,500 steps because the day just got busy. And by the time I looked at it, I had some family commitments. And you know what? I didn't achieve the goal. That's why this month we've got the group, the 10,000 step challenge. And I think that's what's really nice is those that want to sign up, we're motivating each other to every day we're going to get there. So you can see a lot people from the step. I'm quite interested to see who's going to last. And It's based on like a survivor theme, Philippe. So in other words, if you don't like maintain, then you must just leave the group. It doesn't mean you can't join next week, next month, but it's just a reminder to motivate that. And in fact, I mean, I'll read. Chrissy put a message on the 10,000 survivor group that we got here. What was her words? Let me just try and find it here quickly. Maybe while you look at another question there, see if I can see what Chrissy said. What did she say? Oh, there's so many groups here. Oh, that's the other thing. Just a tip. There are a lot of groups, but if you know how to mute your groups, then just mute the group. If there's lots of activity, don't feel you have to leave. You can just mute your groups. That's what I do as well with some of the groups that I've got.
In the meantime, a question: do you have to sign up for the challenge or just do the step and get? No, you just do your step. The
Yes.
system will recognize you as a member who did the perfect score, and you're going to be automatically selected. And we have a list every month. We have a list of people and the members who achieve this perfect score, and we just pick up 5 winners, and we send immediately the 100 USDT. And I think we have Nelson. Nelson, yeah, I won 100 for my, yeah, congratulations, Nelson. Congratulations for this achievement.
I found Chrissy's comment here, Philippe. It says, grateful for this group. Definitely helps to remind me to open the app and play my game. So they're talking about the 10,000 challenge because we prompting and reminding. And what's also nice is people are sharing their walks and the sunrises and the sunsets and dogs going for a walk. So it's a nice community. And you can have the same. Remember, your countries are there, the languages are there. It's all open for you to join and meet up with people as well.
Absolutely. So lately, I have to complete the Sudoku game 4 times before it registers. It's a hint 4 doesn't mean, but this is a requirement. Not sure about the question, Rory. You're now?
I think it was
lately?
I think Gonzalo would understand that a little bit better, but I know that sometimes with the Android app, the synchronizing on the data, you've got to make sure that you play the game to complete it and then press OK. One of the things on Sudoku, interesting enough, so if you're playing the Tetris game, when you get to 10 points or more, it will recognize your points. But what you need to do is finish the game. In other words, some people are playing for 2 hours because they enjoy the game, or hour or 30 minutes, whatever it is. But if you're playing Tetris, once you've got 10 points, you can drop the blocks and then game over, but it needs to go to a game over status to record it. That's what I've seen. I know that's something that the tech is looking at, but it's just safer to do it that way as well. As far as Sudoku is, I'm not sure. I think that's an individual issue because I've not had any issues with my Sudoku when I've played. So I'm not sure what happened there.
I have a question that I like here because I like the answer that I used to give from Annette. She said, I think the idea is great, but could you explain how the business model is sustainable and resilient even when a majority achieve their goal? I love this question because I have an answer with an analogy with the gyms. If you see the size of a gym, and if you know that some gym have 700, 800, sometimes 1,000 members, if these members show up at the same time, the gym will not be able to give the service for everyone. So
Yeah.
it's the same. I mean, we have an algorithm, but calculating nobody the same. For example, your assumption is if everybody gets the 18 days achievement. It's like you said, if everybody shows up at the gym at the same time, what happened to the gym? This is
Yeah.
exactly the same question. So the
Yeah.
algorithm that we have on the platform calculate how many steps that and adjust the model based on the achievement of the performance of the members. It's
Yeah.
not a static numbers. It's an algorithm, but calculate the achievement, calculate the behavior, calculate the days, and so on, and modify. And if we have to modify it, the algorithm will alert us and say, okay, we have to adjust the reward system and so on. So don't worry, this is a sustainable model. With
Yes.
it's been already live for on beta version for month now. Remember, we start the beta version in last year, in a summer last year. So we have now a good tracking record of the behavior and how people and members are using it, how many days, how many steps, how much reward we have to. So all this is that was very important for us to have this long beta version period where we adjust. If you were with us last summer, you know that we adjusted the rules, we adjusted the system. Some people were not happy with that, obviously, but you have to understand that why we have a huge confidence on the platform is because it has been tested, it has been corrected. And if you were with us last summer, you knew that the rule were not exactly the same. We had to adjust the number of steps. We started with 9 steps for a point. Now it's 13. We made some changes, and to
Working
be
fine.
honest, there will be also some changes in the future, because if we see that
Well,
if the system has to be corrected, adjusted, improved, we'll do it.
well,
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna share our data with you, and we say, okay, we need to fine tune here and there. But again, this is a live system. It's based on our behavior, all of us. So our behavior change. So the algorithm has to adapt to this. So don't worry. This is a sustainable model, and based on how we use the app, how together we use the app.
well, look, let's also chat about some of the fail safes that we got. So the model also runs on a 3-month average that we look at the data. That's as I understand it. So we might have a spike in 1 month or a drop in another, but we look at a 3-month rolling average. And we also have fail-safe that people like some Voyager miles, if you leave the program after 6 months, and if you haven't used your points, those points go back into the system, which also balances the books as well. If there's a overload, so we got a couple of things that are permanently fail-safes. We got call it a kitty for the steps for people that might have left or changed or whatever, and then we've got a situation where the 3-month averaging. So we look at it over 3 months. If we see that it's climbing, and remember, if it takes more steps for us to achieve 1 step point, so let's say it goes from 13 steps to 14, Philippe, that's a good sign because that means we're healthier as a community. That's a very good thing. That tells us.
Absolutely.
But now we share it with people that aren't doing the steps. So now they will bring the average down to 9 steps. You understand? So the more we share it, the more we grow. We've got fail safes in place. So if we, as a group, let's say after 3 months, we see, oh, okay, it's 14 steps. That's an excellent start because we as a community are getting fitter. But we've looked at the numbers, what you've shared with me, what we've engaged with. It's pretty spot on right now. And for those people concerned about it, whatever points are not used, it goes into like how can you say, like a reserve, and that gets moved on the 3-month averaging as well. So it's very specifically calculated. I see we got Vincent's hand up. Should we ask Vincent to have a word there?
Absolutely. Hey, Vincent, how are you?
Hello, Felipe. Hello, Rory, and everybody.
Hey, Vincent.
I'm doing great. Yeah, I just want to address Lorna's points. I think I understand what they are asking. So when you play Sudoku, right? I don't suppose you can see my screen. So when you play Sudoku, I suppose you can't see my screen. So you have to, there's an arrow at the top. You have to exit that arrow. So you'll go into the game, right? And then let's say you played your game and then it said congratulations. Okay, great. So you've got the game. And then you have to then you'll see at the top Sudoku level, etc. Then you just press the back arrow at the top, you basically exit, and then you press it again. So it's like you're going back to the beginning where you will see Sudoku as well as Tetris. You just hit the back buttons twice, and then you'll see Sudoku, and then kind of go in. Then it refreshes, as you do that, it refreshes. So the fours that you are seeing at the top, that's just hints. Let's say as you're playing Sudoku, you come to a halt somewhere, or you get stuck and you're just wondering, you can't see the numbers, and you don't, you get stuck in a way, you're just looking for a clue. Those are hints. You just tap on the light bulb, it'll give you that hint to say, oh no, move here, or it'll just show you a little bit and highlight where, for you to be able to continue. So you get four hints to help you play the game. That's normal, but it doesn't mean you have to play 4 times. It's just how you register the steps how you register the game that I think is giving you a hard time. You just, after playing, hit the back arrow and then hit it twice, it'll refresh. And also just to make sure, I usually just go back in to make sure that it's grayed out. Once you see it's grayed out, I know you can't see my screen. Once you see it's grayed out, it's registered for the day. So yeah, just wanted to point that out.
Thank you,
Great
Vincent. Thank you.
suggestion. Makes a lot of sense.
I just want to point out that yesterday we did an upgrade also. There were some glitches that we worked on, the technical team worked on. I think you need to refresh your app to make sure that you benefit from the new updates. There were some glitches on the Sudoku. We have some steps also counting. With the technical team work on a list of details to improve. So make sure you refresh, because you're going to see the experience much better for some of you.
Yeah, and also I think, Philippe, if some people, for example, have had a bit of a technical issue and they've done the steps, all they need to do is create a support ticket, send it through, and you'll be credited with your steps. You just need to show that you did the steps on that day, and then
Yeah.
you'll be credited. There's
You-
no,
there will be always some glitches, technical glitches, because you remember we are using different phones, so we are using the different software. So there will be always a glitches. If you open it, if you have a problem, if you see that your steps are not counted the right way, you think they should have been, you just open a ticket, send us a screenshot. We're going to check in our database and in our platform if something happened, and if it's something happened, we correct the number of steps. No worries, you will not lose any steps if there is a glitch, which is you're not responsible for.
Philippe, I'm not sure if Gonzalo wants to say anything, but we normally try and keep this head office meeting to an hour because we know there's other pressing matters. And just a reminder from my side, I'm going to host a presentation or workshop tomorrow. I'll put some communication out on that. Gonzalo, do you want to add anything to the conversation? Anybody else want to ask anything before we wrap it up? We've got 3 minutes left.
Just a quick message about this past Sunday's email that was sent out, Sunday with Step Club. Please, everybody, if you can check your spam file this weekend, some of them went to spam. And if you can just take it out of spam, just tell your inbox that, or your, whether it's Gmail or whatever it is that you're using, just say this is not spam. That would be fantastic. Thank you. If you can do that, that'd be great. So just check your spam, everybody. It was a pretty good post this weekend, and we got some feedback from past posts, so that would be great for you to see that.
Can you, Gonzalo? Would you be able to post this on the WhatsApp and Telegram?
We're working on a system that all past Step Club, all past posts will be able to be seen by everybody in a secure place, either on the Step Club account or somewhere.
Okay, all right. We have 1 minute, and Komalan, maybe Komaran is here, and we have 1 minute left. Komaran, can
Yeah,
you
I
make it in
see.
1 minute? Can you make it in 1 minute?
And Michael, I'll
Komaran, yes,
Hello, can you hear me?
yes. Komaran, how
Uh,
are you?
I'm very well, thank you, sir. I just want to, clarify something that Rory gave us a good idea during the week, last week, I think. When we have a problem or a ditch in the system, when you do your 10,000 steps, for example, I'm not complaining about this, but I did my 10,000 steps for 31 days and I don't stop it. But if there's a glitch, we have to have a time period where we can analyze it, rectify it before it's the draw or put into the top 100. Because if it's picked up after we have an issue, you can't analyze it. It's too late.
We did it. We did it this time. We
Yeah.
for the first time we published the qualifying member I think what was 1 day before. It was maybe too short to
Yeah.
react. So but for the first time before we did not do it. But yes, we're gonna think about how we can publish the list of qualifying members few days before.
Yeah, say if you give us about 3 or 4 days, it gives us time to go to lay the complaint or lay the fault and rectify it before the draw. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, yes, we think about it. But the thing is, we don't want also to receive too. There is a treatment period that we need to make sure that
Yes.
is done appropriately. Yes, come on. Thank you for the suggestion.
No, thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Last thing, Rory, a few people have asked me if, just to make sure that people have really enjoyed this recording.
Okay.
Just if you could put that recording available to everybody, as you always do. People have been asking, so.
Perfect. And just a reminder for everybody, please, I've added that group. Ask your questions away. We're going to be training our own AI. It's going to help us all learn together, and 24 hours a day in all the different languages. So I think it's quite exciting. So I'll certainly make sure it's available, Gonzalo. We'll get it out.
All right, Rory. Thank you.
Super. Thank you very much. Everybody have a
That
super
was a
evening.
nice session. Super evening. Next week we keep the same hour. We have a nice attendance today, so we're gonna keep on like that. Okay. Thank
think
you,
so.
team. Thank you.
And anybody that
Thank
wants
you.
to join the workshop tomorrow, I'll promote that as well. And we do it at the same time, and people can go more in depth. I see there's been 1 or 2 questions I've tried to address, but anybody that wants a really good understanding of the app and how it all works, join tomorrow. We'll go into all that detail. All right. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye.
Everybody.